Hey guys, Mo Morales hanging out in my car again. It's what I seem to do. I want to test the GoPro out here. I've ran it before, but I figured let me give it another run. So I was thinking the other day, that, I've been running with one camera for about 3 months, 4 months, since March, I think. I got the A7C, and I bought it for street. I have been able to get some other work done with it, but now that I've opened back up my operations and I'm taking clients, I can't tell you I'm comfortable with the one memory slot. Again, some of you have been kind enough to tell me don't be afraid to use the FTP function in the app. I'll call it brain fog for my MS. I just don't remember to set it up or turn it on. So it's still a manual process that I have to set up, and that's on me. It's not on the camera, it's on me. But I felt that having two memory cards, one writing and one backing up, was just easier and less headachy. No worry about a connection. It's just instant. If the whole camera fails, the whole camera fails. Nothing you can do about that. But having a redundancy in the memory cards was one thing less to worry about. I still will look into the FTP formatting and sending it directly to a website or whatever, however it works. That's how much research I've done into it. Again, my brain is at that point where squirrel, then that's me. So hopefully I didn't scare you, whoever's listening to headphones. So that being said, 3-4 months with the same camera, only one camera, my itch has come back for a second camera, and I haven't had enough business to justify a second camera yet. But at the same time, I hate using what's going to be my work camera for my pleasure. So I've run into the dilemma again. So I begin looking at what cameras, excuse the mouth noise, I'm chewing gum, which is very unprofessional. I've decided I'm looking into what camera can fill the void that I need. And if I get something like an XT2, XT3, and I'm saying those cameras because I'm not looking to spend $1,700 on a camera, which the XT4 would run into. I definitely don't want another Sony unless it's going to be the A7 IV. I think if the A7 IV comes out to be a good marriage between the A7 III's and the A7C, something in the middle where you have the flip around screen, you have a better color science, dual memory cards, maybe an improved menu. The menu doesn't bother me that much, so it's not a big deal. But I think the A7 IV would be the only camera to make me get a second Sony right at this moment, and then turn my A7C back into my fun camera. If I get a Fuji though, again, I really love the A7, the X100F. Words are hard. The X100F. But the practicality of one 23mm/35mm equivalent, it doesn't really do it for me. I do like the in and outs and switching. I like what the XT30 brings, except I hate the ergonomics of it. Where the Q button was placed, killed it for me completely. Just makes it very awkward to hold, and I think Fuji's departure from buttons and functionality on the back of the camera is also a big turnoff for me, which is why it would be one of the other cameras, the XT single-digit models, that I would look at if I were to jump back into Fuji. But I also have been thinking of Canon, only because I've never had a Canon before, other than the film days of the Rebels, But I haven't had a Canon since back in that day, and I wouldn't use it for video. That camera, I would still use the A7C as my main video camera because I just love the touch to track focus. I love the turnaround screen, everything is perfect for my filming style, which is not really a style at all. It's just me pointing the camera at me and hoping that I'm in focus. That's what I do for filming. But let me ask you guys, this was a real short video since I had time to waste in my car and I had this on my mind. Let me ask you a question. Besides the brand loyalists that you guys are, because I know there's a lot of Fuji people that watch me, besides a Fuji, have you ever thought of another camera to jump into? Or if you've been a lifelong Nikon or a lifelong Canon shooter, have you ever been tempted to go to the other side? Or are you such a fanboy slash fangirl that you could never use what you've always been told is your competitor or your enemy? So if you're a Fuji guy, Sony is the enemy. If you're a Nikon guy, Canon is the enemy. So have you ever had thoughts of jumping brands? Myself, I'm not brand loyal to anything. You know, as Flossie Carter always says, I'm only loyal to the hotness. It sounds better when he says it. He's got a much more robust voice when he says it, and there's a lot more thug in it, and I look like a thug, but I'm far from a thug. So yeah, there's always that. Anyway, you know, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments suggestions, things to look at. There's a lot of stuff coming up, but nothing that's come out recently has impressed me. I got the A7C because it looked pretty and it was so compact, but that second memory card slot to me has become a point where if I do get a backup camera or secondary camera, aftermarket camera, used camera, it's gonna need a second slot, because I can make magic with a Nikon D500 or Nikon D5000. I can go old school, but would you want to? You really wouldn't want to. I'm just saying that I can shoot with anything professionally that has dual memory card slots. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, as always, I really appreciate every one of you, and I hope you enjoyed our chat today. Be good.